Man, it's a trip just to get started, start creating content, just for the fuck of it. Might as well just continue to keep this camera on me for everything I'm talking about. I was looking at the last video, which is kind of a trip, because I think within like 3 minutes of putting the video on, I experienced what is really consistent with being a performer. So I'm 37. In my 20s, I was a musician. In my regular band, I mean, we never really played any show that was that awesome or that incredible. But I was a celebrity impersonator for a couple of years. The biggest show being Dealer Tanner down at the Imperial Palace, which was then the Quad and then the Link. Did all sorts of characters, live shows. But I remember, especially if you got excited, and just being a performer in general, like if you get too excited, you breathe too much, you overinflate your lungs, and you'll get tired. And a lot of times, if you take in too much air, some of that air will go down your windpipe to your esophagus and to your stomach, and then you burp. So if you're too excited and you take in too much air while you're talking, you burp. And in my case, a lot of times the burps don't actually sound like burps. They just... And it's funny too. I have a medical condition that has a hilarious name, but it's essentially chronic heartburn. It's your little sphincter, as they call it, flaps up and down, and bile, gastric juice, if you will, comes up and goes up to your esophagus, and it doesn't feel good. Again, a burp. Talk, just live. Air goes down the wrong tube, and my body can't seem to handle it. So anybody that's watching this so far that actually knows what the condition is, it's funny. Especially for somebody who's been on stage, who's sang in front of a couple of times thousands of people. But for the most part, I could probably get away with saying hundreds. Realistically, if it was in my personal band in my 20s, tens. Tens of people. To just run out of that breath, run out of that air, run out of that ability to speak, to talk. And at least what it's called with mine, it's hard to even say it to a couple of jobs that I've had where it's acted up really ridiculously. But basically the sphincter can't close and just bile comes up. So basically your whole body feels like it's on fire for hours. It's called angina. Yeah. Angina. Imagine trying to talk to a family member, a friend, your job, and saying that I have chronic angina. I mean, regardless of how professional that they actually are, I know where your mind's going. I know where my mind has gone. Will go. It's still continuing to go there. It's angina. Why don't you close your vagina and quit bitching about your angina? I get it. But angina, for the most part, is essentially chronic heartburn. Your valve can't close. I already know at this point. I'm not posting this video. At least until like 30 other videos are posted on my account. But yeah, talk about your angina. So the biggest thing that I think is important for anyone to realize, especially if anybody has angina, take a second, take a breath. Wait for the correct opportunity to talk. Breathe. Speak clearly. Which I feel like is good advice just in general to have, because chances are, regardless of what you're going to say, it's not a bad thing just to take a breath. And take a second. And then say what you're going to say. Hopefully there's some brain activity there at the same time. I know for myself, I would completely understand. Maybe you don't want to say that. Maybe that was a little rude, upsetting, sexist, genderist, racist, transphobic. I mean, I've said it all, you know. So maybe my angina is giving me a vagina to keep me from saying things. But no, I don't think a vagina definitely doesn't keep anybody from saying anything. It just might make me feel more like a vagina. It's just a weird word, too. I mean, angina, just ina. It's sharp. I keep thinking about Trump, too, where he kept saying, like, China, but it came out like Gina. It's like a very just sharp, irritable word. China. Vagina. Makes you think. What are some other words that just sound sharp and unfortunate? Like, queef. It's a very, like, just harsh sounding word. I mean, it's basically a word that defines pussy fart. I mean, even that just sounds pussy fart. Maybe it's the way I'm saying it. Because, like, normally, like, but even pussy. It's very there's a very sharp sound to it. Penis. Why does penis sound so aggressive, too? Maybe because it needs to be. Penis and vagina, pussy, queef. It's probably the way I'm saying it too. Maybe if I say it softer, like, well, there was a pussy fart that a penis felt calmly associated with its vagina. Maybe the areas of England just have something to do with it. I don't know, I'm from New York. Fucking pussy fart, fucking queefed in the fucking penis with the fucking dick. It's all so sharp. Why don't we have like soft, you know, like labia. Like, what a soft sounding word. I'm not even sure what labia is. Is that the clit? Because even the clitoris, it's so sharp. But labia sounds so soft and fluttery. Almost like a butterfly. I mean, to the point where I was actually just trying to ignore that my angina was taking form and I had like 3 burps in my system, really unnecessarily. But it felt so good talking about a labia. I mean, a labia sounds even better than like labias. Labii is the plural text of labia. Labias or labii? Is it a labia or the labia? I mean, language is really interesting. I feel like this could be a fun source of a way to talk. I mean, all my irrational ramblings, I can at least document. So that way, if I get like labia smothered or stricken down by the clitoris, there'll be a dialogue, something for my nieces and nephews and possible kids to listen to. I mean, at a certain age, My nieces have labias. I mean, it's weird too. I keep going in a different weird direction. But I always remember Louis C.K. He was talking about, like, I don't like little boys because little boys have little penises. And then, like, I feel like I'll fall asleep and then little boys will put their little penises in your nose. And he was like, it's very real to me. It was such a funny joke, but it scared me. Like, that sounds like a horror movie to me. It's like a labia of a clitoris that would extend, like Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Remember, like, they would pull out their arms and they would have these huge, like, arm wings, and they would trap someone in there, and that, like, body skin would eat them. But I'm afraid of, like, labia skin eating my dick. And then I'm afraid of a little dick assaulting my face. And if I, like, shove them off, I would be accused of child abuse. Because I'd be like, well, the child was trying to fuck my nose. And they'd be like, well, you could have just told them to stop. And I was like, but I didn't. It was just too much. This conversation went a really weird direction. It's going to take some time to, get these clips under wraps. I feel like the more I'm allowed to just talk on my own, maybe that's why TikTok is so famous, because we're probably like 20 minutes in right now, and there's definitely no way that anyone's actually going to listen to what the fuck I've had to say for this entire time. And if you had, I appreciate you, but I also judge you. And maybe you have angina too, or a clitoral fear. I'm not sure. It's a strange world we live in. It is. But I felt really good doing this video, considering, like, I only had that one real moment where it wasn't obvious that gulping air was an issue. So I suppose, like all performers and, like myself, we would say breathe casually, be confident and comfortable, and beware of the clitoral hood. Beware of the angina and vagina and the penis, but embrace the labia. Man, the labia just sounds so comfortable. It sounds so easy. Yo, see you, labia. Welcome to the labia. It just rolls off the tongue. It's soft. Like, why are all the words for our private parts so aggressive? Penis, dick, tits, vagina, clit. They're also angry. I mean, even just trying to say it like something like the clit, the penis. But the labia, I'm actually gonna have, the phone's the one recording this whole thing. I'm gonna have to see if labia is even the lips that are like. I feel like the labia is the lips around the clit, right? The meat curtains, if you will. Man, I feel bad for the people that are eventually gonna sit down and actually have to listen to my mind race. The worst case scenario, the fact of the matter is, no one's gonna listen to a fucking word I have to say. I'm gonna be that guy on YouTube that has 100 fucking posts and 3 views. So who cares? That's what I'm saying. You can say whatever the fuck you want to say in this channel, because nobody's fucking listening. Happy labia. I gotta find a way too. It'd be a lot easier to, like, end this if I could just. I mean, my phone is the one recording the stuff right here, and I have to, like, get up and walk around and grab it. So much technology, man. I mean, like, this microphone's not even working. It's not even plugged in. This one is. It actually works. And it can light up, which more than likely means it's a shit microphone. Great microphone doesn't need to light up. I don't know, this is recording the phone. I gotta put the phone into... I just direct from the phone, I can just upload to YouTube. But if I want multiple... I don't know how to fucking do half this shit. You know? I'm not that big on technology, but I suppose if talent is there, technology and people willing to teach you the technology come. Because talent is worth more than what's the word I want to use? Not capability, not experience. The raw sense of doing shit. You know, like manufacturing. That seems like a bad word to use for technology and figuring out how to record audio and video and showcasing talent in a productive way. You know, but obviously, like, the videographer, the sound guy, the fucking, you know, all those names that you see in a movie or on a musical album, they don't make as much. The technical support, that's really, the technicalities, right? Talent is what makes the money. We need the technical support to produce it. So I guess that's what I'm saying. Is I need a little bit more technical support for my labia. I mean, at some point I'm gonna have to get up and stop the phone from recording. Because if anything that I talk about that's new, brand new idea about something, should be a new video, you know, a new task, a new file, a new playlist, a new video. And we should name it labia. Really, there's something about that word right now that really, I mean, it makes my lips happy, it makes my tongue happy, it makes my voice happy, it makes my whole being right now feel good. Labia. You know, regardless of being, you know, straight or gay, it's a very fun sounding word. I found so many words that were like very aggressive and sharp and angry for genitalia. You know, yeah, that's kind of a fun word. Genitalia. I feel like romantically foreign when I say genitalia. You know. Even think about it. I mean, how many words do we have in the English language that have that many syllables that just roll off your tongue in a very sexy way? It's not a lot. I'm trying to think of other words in my head. I guess this is where the beauty of editing comes in. It should be fun. But creating content, it really could be a fun experience. So I'm out. Take care of your labia. It's only at 20 minutes.